Hello everybody, May 1st, 2023. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin. First up, what I said on Friday. At the time, I said short term, I wouldn't be surprised by another move over 30K, although it's not necessary. It could drop at any time. Bigger picture, still looking at the same scenarios. The yellow scenario being the only bullish scenario we have. It relies on a leading diagonal though, which is not great for the bulls, but it's the only one we've got. Orange and red are both bearish, and that's the bigger picture there. So let's take a look at what we've done. I was doing this video right around here somewhere. That was Friday right there, where I said, I wouldn't be surprised by a move back up to that 30K region to complete the ABC of Y, this being a WX and Y like that. And of course, it seems like that is indeed what has happened. So we got this Y wave of C. It's a little bit disconcerting that we didn't actually break over that A wave high, to make this a nice A, B, and C up. However, it's not necessary. We can have the C wave. Anywhere in this red box was fine for that C wave. So it did fulfill what it needed to do. But I would have liked to see that C wave break up higher. So anyway, we've got to deal with what we have. The only little hiccup here with saying the top is definitely in is that it's possible that all of this is more correction basically of this C wave, meaning all of this is like A, this is B, and we still get another move up for C and then still get another move down. It could do that, certainly. I'm hoping that it doesn't. I'm hoping it just continues downwards because that would be the fastest way to get out of kind of choppy region and give us some trades that we could potentially play. But have it in the back of your mind that it's possible we do push up there again. It's possible that this B wave wasn't completed here but is now, and we still need to push up again. But until and unless that happens, that we begin moving upwards, I'm assuming that we now have a top in place for this B wave, this larger B wave here, or potentially this second wave in the red bearish scenario. So let's zoom out a little bit and take a look at those and see what that means. So larger picture, bigger picture, we have an A wave down, a B wave up, like I said, and we should be looking for a C wave into this box. Now let me adjust that a little bit with our new B wave top here. Draw fib extension, A to B. So this box is going to come down just a hair right there for this C wave. Ideal target, the 1.0, 25.9. But it's possible it comes down a little bit further at the 1.236 to about 24.9. Or it could be a little shallower, always possible, but anywhere in this box is a possibility. Now, the question is, in the larger picture, the larger yellow picture, let me zoom out even more here. The only bullish thing I have, like I said, is this yellow scenario where this is an A, that's a B, this is a C. ABCs are not bullish except for when they're leading diagonals, right? And that's why I say leading diagonals are not very reliable, especially in the early stages, because they rely on three waves. Three waves normally means we are going down much, much lower. And that is still very, very much a possibility that we are going down lower. But if that's A, if that's B, if that's C of a wave 1 in a diagonal, then this yellow box right here is what we would want to see for a wave 2. And so you can see this box here that I have for this little ABC is not deep enough to hit that box. And that makes me say maybe we're going to get a larger WXY down. So ABC and W, we'll get an ABC up in X, and then a larger ABC down in the Y to finally get us down there. So lots and lots of chop is a very real possibility here moving forward. So just keep that in mind. Even once we get to this yellow box, yes, we'll probably see a bounce, but it may not be all of the correction, even in the bullish scenario. Now, I'd say it's a very small possibility that is going to be all we get, but it would be kind of weird. You know, if we saw it shoot up from there, that would be odd. So really, you know, once we get into this box, we're really just going to be focusing on how the next bounce forms. If it does, I mean, it's possible it just kind of dumps down into this area too. That would be fine. But if we see a bounce from there, we need to see how it forms. If it's 3 waves, then we're going down lower. If it's 5 waves, then it's potential that we are going higher. All right, so there's our bullish scenario, likely looking still in this 20 to 24-ish area, but initially we're looking more in the like 25 to 27 range for sort of a temporary bottom anyway. Bear scenarios real quick. We've got red and orange. Orange says this is ABC up for 4. We still have a 5 down. That just gets us to about there before a larger bounce forms. Now, to be fair, that could be the 5 waves down in a more major move, and we could die still from there. You know, so keep that in mind. But we should, if orange is right, we should get to about 12 to 14 and then see a nice big bounce. If red is right, then this is 5 waves down here to that 16K area we saw, 16.7 or whatever it was, or 15.7. That could be a wave 1, this could be a wave 2, and then we could be seeing a larger 3 down. And those scenarios lead us down much, much deeper. I think in that red scenario, eventual target is like $1,500. So obviously that wouldn't be great for Bitcoin bulls. And finally, let's take a look down in the micro and just see if we can discern any pattern here. Go down even further, 15-minute chart maybe. See what we've got. All right, so just looking at this initially, you know, I would like to say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but we have to see if it matches up fib-wise. Let me just take a look here. That's okay for a 3. That's okay for a 5. That 5 is a little deep for what I would normally want to see, but it seems decent. Let's do the other method. If that's 3 here, 2 there. It held the 4th wave nicely and went, yeah, just a little bit below where the 5th wave should have gone. So I'm not upset by this micro 5 waves down, to be honest. That looks fairly decent. This gets a little choppy in here. So basically at this point, I'm going to go ahead and assume that that is our initial 5 waves down for the C wave that's going to take us down here. And so now what we should be looking for ideally is a 3-wave bounce of some sort upwards. Let's get a target resistance box for that. And this is probably where I'm going to look to get short. This is our new danger zone. So about 28.5 to 29.1, anywhere in there is kind of the main danger area. Breaking above 29.7, which isn't a super helpful metric, but breaking above 29.7 says this immediate setup is done for. Doesn't necessarily mean you know, it's going bullish, but the immediate setup is done for, and I would be expecting a reset of this wave B then, just a little further, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, that this could be, you know, ABC of some sort of choppy action in here, and then we get a higher B, and then we still go down. That comes into play above 29.7. But let's just take a look and see how this forms. I would say, of course, it's always possible it just continues bleeding, but as of right now, we have a decent 5 waves down, and let's just take a look and see if we can get a nice 3-wave move up into that danger zone. If we do, it's a clear short for me, and the next move should take us down. And then once we do have that bounce in place, assuming we get up here, somewhere in this region, maybe it's that 28.8 that has been so important. If we get there, then we can get targets down below for the C wave, and this would really say 1, 2, honestly it looks like 3, 4, 5, may get us down even a little bit further than that yellow box, but we'll have to see once we get this bounce in place for this potential second wave how it actually ends up playing out. And again, keep in mind that could be a W with further still to go. So let me just put on here just kind of preliminarily the next degree up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kind of pull this stuff down a little bit. All right. Okay, so yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. Still expecting lower, potentially short term. We're looking for this little bounce here, as I said, 28.5 to 29.2, give or take, as a potential little bounce here, dead cat bounce, and then we'll be looking lower from there in most likely scenario. All right, everybody, you have a good week. I will talk to you again on Friday. We'll see how this has played out, and we'll go from there.